DVL moms.
Good morning, DVL moms.
Yeah. Yeah. Say hello to the people.
Hello to the people.
Yes, sir. Yeesh. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day. Yeesh. All right. All right. How's everybody doing today? Hope you guys are having a fantastic day.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. Yes, sir. It's a lovely Friday. It's a beautiful day.
Yes.
Yeesh. Pass me my glasses, please, DVL moms. Thank you very much.
That'd be nice if you could see.
Yeesh.
That works.
Well, these are blue light, but yeah, you get the point. You get the point. Oh, I am my water. Thank you, DVL moms. Thank you. Yeesh. So, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day today. Hope you guys are doing well. Yeesh. All right. Let's see here, ladies and gents. Let's see here. Boom. Just getting ourselves all situated here. Making sure everything's all copacetic. Give us just a second, ladies and gents. All right. Getting everything all sent out. All of our announcements. Yeesh. All right. So, got that going on right there. That's what we got going on. Yes, sir. All right. Okay. Yeesh. Boom, right there. Oop. 1 second. All right, let's see. Boom. All right. Looking beautiful today. All right. Yes. All right. So, let's get this all set up over here. Bop, right there. And, okay. Right here. Boom. And boom. Right over meow. Right over meow. All right. Let's get this set up over here. Hold on. Ooh, hold 1 second. 1 second. There we go. All right. There we go. Get everything all set up there. Boom. All right. Good. Goody. All right. And put this right over Mia. And there we go. All right. We are ready. All right. So, let's get this intro started. What's up, guys? It's Double Nix, and welcome to another episode of Microcap Mornings. I am your host with the most. They call me DBL Nix in the house, aka the Rainmaker. And I am here with the lovely Serengeti specialist herself. She likes to hang around the tall weeds, the high trees, the low seas, hitting them high knees. Sometimes she likes 2 cups of coffee. Other times she likes to jet ski. Sometimes she likes to get shot out the cannon and she goes, wee! Other times she likes to, go over to an Arby's or a Wendy's and watch videos of puppies and kitties. And sometimes she likes to also steal my lo mein, mostly my food that is Chinese. And to top it off, she does call some wonderful stonks, and she actually ends up finding the A, B, C, D's. And, there are some stonks that she did call like GWH YDDL and GORV. We call her DVL Moms.
Hey!
Yes.
Trying to find things that rhyme.
Yes. Well, it gets the people going. It's provocative, all right? It gets the people going. All right.
Caffeine.
Yeah, kind of. Not really, but yeah, sort of. Sort of, yes. It's like verbal caffeine. Yesh. Yesh. Right, ladies and gentlemen? You tell her. Tell her. Right? She doesn't see the vision, you know what I mean? The vision. All right.
He gone.
What you mean he gone? He gone. You gone. You gotta be able to get the people going. You know what I mean?
I get it.
Yes.
I understand.
Yes. All right. So, all right. So that's what we got going on here. That is what we got going on. We're ready to go. All right. Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen. All right. Let's get ourselves all ready to go. Okay. So, let's get some stonks going on. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's get this intro going on. Right. Well, actually, we already got the intro going on. So, before we begin, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, as well as ring that bell icon to stay notified when new videos are uploaded. And remember to share. Because sharing is caring, ladies and gentlemen. Sharing is caring. And, of course, if you want access to our private Discord, link to join us in the description down below, as well as the pinned comment section. So be sure to check that out. We pick a lot of baggers a lot of times. We are just made different. And the early bird gets the cash, the moolah, the loot, the cashola, the big bucks, I tell you. All right? And, of course, we called quite a few stonks today, this lovely, beautiful morning, for everybody to basically, check out, and for our private Discord primarily, for our private Discord. And yeah, we called quite a few baggers. So here we go. All right. First things first, we called. Oh yes, he says keep an eye on GWH short and long term. Thumbs up video, thanks. Yeah, of course, 2023. We'll do that, brother.
Yes, sir.
Of course. Got GWH on the screen right now.
Yep.
Yes, sir. All right, so we called YDDL, which ran up a nice 280%. All right. YDDL, bot right there. All right. We also called another stock. We called GWH, actually. We did call GWH, which ran up a nice 180%. Since then, it had a nice run since we called it for our private Discord. All right. And we called SGBX, which ran up a nice 198%. 198% right there. Boom. All right. And then we called LFS. And that ran up a nice 150%. 150%. And yeah, that's what we got going on over there. We also call another stonk right over here, SWHK. We called that stonk this morning. It ran up a nice 75%. 75%. Boom. All right. We called YHGJ. All right. Which ran up a nice 54%. 54% right there. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. We got WAI. Let's see what we got going on there. A lot of news coming out today. WAI right here. Ran up a nice 34%. 34%. Boom, right there. And then, of course, we called GORV, which ran up a nice 47%. 47%. So, that's what we got going on right there, ladies and gentlemen. We are just made different, and the early bird gets the cash. All right? So, those are the stonks we called right now. Let's take a look at GWH. GWH currently moving downward a bit. It is above the VWAP right now, but it did have a nice high of 180%. So we got that going on right there. Let me get a graffiti pencil activated here. Had a nice movement upward all the way up to here. and then kind of developed a bit of a descending wedge right over here. 9 EMA diverged a little bit from the VWAP, so you got that going on right there. All right, let's get some support and resistance lines over here. Bop right there, and bop right there. So we got that going on right there. Bing right there. Okay. And got support at the 386 mark. Needs to break through 427 and then 492 for it to really be somewhat schmexy to mya. But yes, GWH needs to break that descending wedge and stay above the VWAPA for it to be somewhat schmexy to mya. So GWH needs to break the descending wedge and stay above the VWAPA for it to be somewhat schmexy to mya. Boom, right there. So we got that going on right there. That is what we got going on. Hang on 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. 1 second, 1 second. Let me just get everything set up here. Bop. All right. All right, all right, all right. Okay. All right. So let's see what else we got here. You got GWH. We got SGBX. Let's take a look at SGBX. SGBX. Boom, right there. All right. So SGBX has a bit of an A, B, C, D pattern going on over here. A to B, B to C, C to D, all right? And, of course, has a pennant going right over mya. Usually a little bit, yeah, there we go, mya. All right, so we got a pennant just below the VWAP. It started to consolidate a little bit, so we got that pennant going on right there. SGBX needs to break that pennant and break the VWAP, break the consolidation underneath the VWAP for it to really be so much messy to mya. But right now, it did have a bit of a double top as well. So let me actually mark that right over mya. Right mya. All right, boom. All right, right there. Double top right over there. Had a bit of a shoulder, head, shoulder, actually, when you look at it. All right, a little bit of a shoulder here, head over here, right? And a little bit of a shoulder, a tiny one right over mya. So it did break down a little bit and then started consolidating below the VWAP. Needs to break through the pennant, the bull pennant, and the VWAP. So let's see what we got going on here. Let's see what we got going on over here. All right. Oh, and by the way, ladies and gentlemen, we actually did a video on SGBX, which we had a video on that done today, just so you know, on our YouTube. So be sure to like, comment, subscribe, ring that bell icon to stay notified when new videos are uploaded, and remember to share. Remember to share. Do that at Coaching Money. Ahem.
At Coach Nick Money. Taking a sip.
Little,
Sorry.
you gotta be quicker than that.
I had the sip going on
There
while
will
you
be
did that.
no excuses.
Okay, try it again.
All right. All right. All right. As I said
Yeah.
before, I was so rudely interrupted. There will be no excuses.
I was drinking coffee. You interrupted me. I was choked to death.
All right. All right.
At Coach Nick Money.
Yeah, you gotta do it right. Yeah. Hey, no excuses. Should be all right. Should be all right. All right. So you can find us on our YouTube at Coach Nick Money.
At Coach Nick Money.
At Coach Nick Money. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Moving right along.
Yeah. I'll pay you to slack on the job there. Yeah. All right. All right. SGBX needs to break the pennant and the VWAP, currently consolidated below those two. So it needs to break them for it to be so much mexy to mya. Has to break through. It has to hold that $6.03 mark. Has to hold above 672. Has to break through 672, which is the VWAP. 676, which is a point of resistance, 749, 839, and then 986. Those are all points of resistance right there. So you got that going on. And yeah, that's what we got going on right there. That is what we got going on for SGBX. Let's see what happens with this stunk. But right now, it's got that going on. Let's get a share party going. Let's get to 400. 400, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get to 400. All right, let's check out LFS. LFS. All right, LFS currently below the VWAP as well. A little bit below the VWAP. Bop right there. Okay. So LFS has another head and shoulders going on over here. All right, so let's see what we got here. Boom, little shoulder. All right, little head over here. All right, and then like a little messed up shoulder over here as well, but it is a shoulder, so you got that going on right there. And it did move downward a little bit right there, so we got that going on. Let's take a look more in depth over here. Let's get the graffiti pencil bop right here. All right, so it had a shot upward over here and then proceeded to kind of just make a pennant right over here, curled off that pennant right over Mya. All right, and kind of formed a bit of another pennant right over Mya, right over here, bop and bop right there. All right, and then curled up and made yet another pennant right over Mya. So we got that going on right there. Has another pennant currently consolidated below the VWAP. Needs to break through the pennant yet again. So we got that going on right there. All right, LFS needs to break the consolidation and the VWAP. So we got that going on right there. Boom. All right. So they got that going on right there as well. So that's LFS. Let's take a look at PWM. PWM, very low volume on the stock right here. Had two double tops right over Mya and right over Mya, right over here. So it's currently trying to move up on some low volume right here. Clearly, PWM has a 19 million float, 13 million volume. So you got that going on right there. All right, this stock is currently doing its thing. It's moving up right now, but I don't really trust it because the volume is a bit low. So PWM low, moving up. On low volume. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. And SDFCDDX says, YHGJ, please. Okay, of course, brother. Let's see. Let's check it out. YHGJ. Let's take a look. All right. So, YHGJ. All right. Very, very choppy in terms of movement. So, right now, it did have a move upward, but it's been very, very choppy. Needs some serious volume right here. So, YHGJ does have a float of 1 million, volume of 1 million. So, it's got that going on, but it is very much so below the VWAP. Needs some serious volume for it to be somewhat schmexy to. So, we got that going on right there. That's what we got going on right there. All right, so let's take a look over here. It's very choppy, truthfully. Truth be told, it is very choppy. So YHGJ needs some serious volume. Needs some volume, but also to top it off, needs volume to break the VWAPA. Very choppy. So we got that going on right there. That is what we got going on. Boom, right there. AAS says, I believe it'll hit 12 and go to 15 today. I don't know which stock you're referring to, but I hope it does, brother. All right. Let's get a share party going. Let's get to 600. 600. Yay. All right. So, yeah. That's what they got going on right there. SDF says he brought YHGJ at $8.70. Well, I wish you the best of luck, brother. All right. So, YHGJ needs to break the VWAP for it to really be so much schmexy to Mya. Right, so it's got that going on. Hopefully it curls. Hopefully this green candle is a bit of a curl right there. So we'll see what happens with that. We shall see what happens with that. FMFC. All right. FMFC, very, very low volume. Very, very choppy. Needs volume for it to be so much schmexy to Mya. Currently above the VWAP though, but again, FMFC needs volume. Choppy. All right. So you got that going on right there. Boom. All right. YHGJ, we already took a look at. GORV. Let's take a look over here. GORV did have a bit of an ABCD. Let's see over here. A to B. Very low volume for GORV. 20 million volume. Actually, the volume's higher than the float. Float is 686,000. Volume is 20 million. So we got that going on right there. Had a shot upward over here, and then proceeded to make a descending wedge below the VWAP. So GORV needs to break the descending wedge and the VWAP for it to really be so much Mexi to me. So GORV needs to break the descending wedge and the VWAPA for it to be so much Mexi to me. Bop right there. So we got that going on. That's what we got going on. All right. So let's see what else we got here. Let's see. Let's see here. Let's see. All right. Okay. Let me see here. Oh. Alrighty. So we got. Oh, somebody requested APLD. APLD. Let's take a look at APLD. All right, let's take a look at that. All right, so let's see here. Boom. All right, APLD. Let me zoom in a little bit on this. APLD had a bit of an ABCD pattern over here, so you got that going on. Bop, A to B, B to C, C to D. And then had a descending wedge right over Mya. So APLD currently above the VWAP, but needs to break this descending wedge for it to be so much Mexi to Mya. So APLD needs to break the descending wedge for it to be so much Mexi to Mya. What other stonks we got here? LAES. Somebody requested LAES. Let's take a look at LAES. All right. LAES. Ooh. Very hefty drop right there. Yep, LAES needs to break the downtrend right over Mya. All right. So, has a very big downtrend right there. LAES. Very big red candle. Not a fan of the red candles. I like the green candles. Thank you very much. LAES needs to break the VWAP and the downtrend for it to be so much Mexi to Mya. LAES needs to break that right there. Someone said, oh, let's take a look at VSME. VSME seems to be trying to make some movement here. Let's see what goes on. Oh, never mind. Low volume. VSME. Currently broke above the VWAP, but has very low volume. VSME. Very low volume. Needs volume to curl. All right, so you got that going on right there. That's what we got going on. All right, YDDL, which had a nice run up 280% today. All right, YDDL has currently a bit of a pennant right now below the VWAP. It's currently below the VWAP right now. Had a big old drop right there after the nice 280% run. Has a bit of a double top right over Mya right here. And then to top it off, has to break this pennant right over Mya for it to really be so much Mexi to Mya. You know what I mean? So YDDL had a nice run up 280%, but needs to break that VWAP right now. YDDL needs to break the pennant and the VWAP. Yes. So we got that going on. Let's get a share party going. Let's get to 800. Let's get to 800 and be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Ring that bell icon to stay notified when new videos are uploaded. Remember to share. And also remember to check out our 4-day trial for the real-time alerts and scanners for only $9.99. Link to join us in the description down below as well as the pinned comment section. So be sure to check that out, ladies and gentlemen, because we pick a lot of baggers. A lot of times we already called 4 baggers within the past couple of hours, actually, ladies and gentlemen. So, yeah, that's what we got going on right there. In the past 4 hours, we called 4 baggers. That's 1 bagger per hour, practically. So, you know how it be. Yes. All right. So, let's see there. Let's see. All right. What other stonks we got here? Someone requested WULF. WULF. Let's take a look. Let's see what they got going on. All right, WULF currently above the VWAP, still kind of trending alongside it right now, but it was at 1 point above the VWAP. So let's get the graffiti pencil activated over here. All right, bop, A to B, B to C, C to D. Then made another one right over here, right? All the way up here, and then basically made a pennant right over here, little descending wedge. All right, has to stay above that VWAP and break through the pennant, which it looks like it's trying to break through right now. So that's pretty good. I like that. I like that. WULF breaking above the pennant and staying above the VWAP. Yeesh. All right. So that's what we got going on right there. That is what we got going on right there for this stonk right here. Let's get a share party going. Let's get to 900. Let's get to 900. Yes, sir. All right. Let's get to 900, ladies and gentlemen. Yeesh. All right. So we got that going on right there. All right. All right. Somebody requested RKLB. A little bit expensive, but all right. I'll oblige. Why not? You know? All right. Let's take a look over here. RKLB. Let's see here. Boom. Little bit of a shot upward. Bit of a pennant. Currently above the VWAPA. So I got that going on right there. So RKLB. Pretty expensive stock. It's $69 nice dollars per share. $69 per share. RKLB needs to break the pennant. All right. Needs to break the pennant. Is above the VWAP right now. Not overbought or oversold as of now. Was a bit overbought earlier in the day on the RSI. So we got that going on right there. But yesh, that's what we got going on, ladies and gentlemen. That is what we got going on. So let's take a look at GWH again. Let's take a look at GWH. GWH. Let's see here. All right. So, all right, 1 second here. Yesh. So I could hear everybody else. You know what I mean. You know how it is. All right. Actually, yeah, you don't need to. All right. I was accident. Press the wrong button. All right, there we go. Boom, right there. GWH trying to curl off that descending wedge right now. GWH trying to curl off the descending wedge. Yeesh. So we got that going on right there. Boom, baby. Trying to curl off that descending wedge. And let's get a share party going. Let's get to 1100. Let's get to 1100. 1100. Yes, sir. All right. Let's get to 1100 right there. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. All right. So, it's curling. Yeah. I said that. I just said that just now. Yeesh. Yeesh. All right. So, yeah. What was I saying now? GWH. Curling off that descending wedge now. Yeesh. Looking good. I like that. Was a bit overbought on the RSI earlier in the day, but is not overbought or oversold as now. So that's pretty good. That is pretty good. Pretty good. Yes. So we got that going on right there. All right. So, because of that, yeah, we got GWH, which is currently up so far 132%. Had a high of 180. So we got that going on right there. That's what we got going on right there, ladies and gentlemen. All right. So, be sure, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, to check out our lovely 4-day trial for the real-time alerts and scanners for only $9.99. Link to join us in the description down below, as well as the pinned comment section. So be sure to check that out. We pick a lot of baggers a lot of times. We are just made different, and the early bird gets the cash, the moolah, the loots, the cashola, the big bucks, I tell you. Yeah. All right. So we got that going on right there. That is what we got going on. All right. So with that being said, let's take a look at SGBX. Let's take a look over here. Boom, right there. All right. SGBX still below the VWAP right now. Still needs to break that pennant for it to really be so much maxi to me. SGBX still needs to break the pennant. SGBX still needs to break the pennant and the VWAP. VWAP. Yeesh. All right. So we got that going on right there. Let's get a share party going. Let's get to 1200. 1200. 1200, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get to 1200. And let's continue. Let's continue right now, right here. Let's see. YSXT. Somebody asked for YSXT. All right. YSXT. Let's take a look over. Yeah. All right. YSXT. Currently, very, very choppy, but on the uptrend right now. A little bit of quite choppy, needs some serious volume, but it is on the uptrend, moving up on some low volume, very gappy, very choppy, but up there, moving on a choppy uptrend. So YSXT on a choppy uptrend needs volume to remain somewhat schmexy to meow. All right, so need some vitamin V there. You know what I mean? A little bit of vitamin V. All right. YHGJ. Did a video on that, by the way, last night. We did a video on YHGJ prior to its 54% run last night, which we called it last night for our private Discord. So we did that right there. And it is a VWAP test right now. Yes, it is. YHGJ currently testing the VWAPA right over here. Bing, right over there. All right, so YHGJ testing the VWAPA. Can it break through? Let's see. YHGJ testing the VWAPA. Yeesh. Yeesh. Very light volume. Needs some volume. Needs volumation. Needs some volumation. Yeesh. All right. So we got that going on right there. Let's see what else we got here. All right. Let's see how APLD is doing. That was requested once again. Actually, let me take a look at one fan favorite. Open! There we go. Had a bit of a double top right over Mia. Not a fan of that. But, and it has been, and it looks like the volume has been rather light on this stunk because it's very choppy. A lot of indecisive wicks over here. But let's get this. Let's get the graffiti pencil activated over here. Bot right there. Bing. Right over there. Has a bit of a pennant right over here. Currently needs to break the VWAP as well because it is right down here. Needs to break that VWAP for it to really be so much maxi to me. So open. Low volume. Needs to break the pennant and the VWAP. Yes. Needs to break the VWAP. Yes. So we got that going on right there. Let's get a share party going. Let's get to 1300. All right, 1300. Let's see what else we got here. LFS. All right, LFS curling off the pennant right here. Curling off that pennant, moving towards the VWAP there. Let's see if it could break through. Can it break through? We'll see. We shall see. But right now, it's breaking past the pennant right there. So, LFS breaking the pennant needs to break the VWAP. Yeesh. All right, so LFS currently doing that right now. YDDL. Yodlehihu. Yeesh. Practically. That's what it sounds like to me. All right. So YDDL still consolidated below the VWAP. Needs to break through that pennant. YDDL still consolidated below the VWAP. Needs to break the pennant. Yeesh. So we got that going on right there. That's what we got going on right there. Yes, sir. All right. Let's see what else we got here. YSXT. All right. YSXT still on that very choppy uptrend. Still needs volume. Still needs that volume up there. So YSXT, let's see what goes on with that one. But YSXT needs volume. And to remain friends with the trend. Bless you, DBL moms. Bless you. Blesseth thee. Yesh. All right. It is not overbought or oversold, YSXT, but it was oversold at one point around this part right over here, around this time. But it is not overbought or oversold as of now. Needs to remain friends with the trend, though. So that's what we got going on right there. PWM. Let's see. All right. Shot up all the way over here. Hello, Parabolic. Hello. All right. So, PWM did form a bit of a descending wedge over here, and looks like it's tried to curl off that descending wedge right now. So we'll see what happens right there. PWM trying to curl off its descending wedge. So let's see what we got there. PWM, yes, trying to curl off its descending wedge. Yes. And yes, let's get a share party going, by the way. Let's get a share party going. Let's get to 1,500. 1,500. Let's get to 1,500, ladies and gentlemen. 1,500. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Yes, sir. All right. All right. All right. All right. Yes, sir. Yes. All right. So that's what we got going on right there. That is what we got going on. All right. PWM currently curling off the descending wedge right there. So we'll see what happens right there. So let's check out another stonk. Let's check out another stonk right over Mya. LAES. Let's see how LAES is doing right now. LAES. Like the potato chip? Close enough. LAES currently trying to break that downtrend. Currently curling up, trying to break the downtrend right there. But it fell back below, so we'll see what happens here. But LAES attempted to break the downtrend. Needs volume. Needs volume for it to really be so much Mexi 2 mil. Could potentially be a cup and handle, but I honestly don't trust it because it was a bit oversold. It was oversold at one point. All right, but on the RSI, it was oversold on one point, but it still needs to break through that downtrend right there, and it did for a time, but then it broke back below. So right now, don't trust it at all. I don't trust it at all. So we got that going on, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get a share party going. Let's get to 1,600. Be sure to check out our 4-day trial for the real-time alerts and scanners for only $9.99. Remember to click that link in the description down below, as well as the pinned comment section. So be sure to check that out, because we pick a lot of baggers a lot of times. We are just made different, and the early bird gets the cash. Oh my, PWM pushing. Let's see how PWM is doing. PWM, oh my, yes, it is curling still off that descending wedge right there. So we got that going on. Boom, right there. PWM pushing its way on up off the descending wedge. There we go. PWM. Yes.
Testing. Is that a new high?
Yes. Could be.
It's testing.
Let's get some support and resistance lines for it.
Testing.
Yes, it is testing. Testing.
Testing. Testing.
Currently testing the high of day right here.
Oh my.
PWM testing that high of day. PWM testing the high of day. Yes, DBL moms. Up.
It's stalling.
It's stalling.
Come on.
It's up. It broke through it.
Get up
It broke through it. DBL moms, give me the thing. PWM currently up 51% right there. Currently broke through it a little bit. Broke through the has a new high of 51%. New high of 51%. All right, so PWM broke the high a day. Temporarily peaked above it. Peaked.
It's pushing.
Oh my!
Okay.
Broke the high a day. How high is it, DBL moms? Click it.
It's now
61%. PWM new high of day. Up 61%, ladies and gentlemen. Now 66%. All right, still climbing. 67% right there. All right, there we go. 67% right there. 67%. Yes. Broke through the new high a day. Up 67%. Now is a bit of a top tail. We don't like the top tails, DBL moms. We like the bottom tails. But PWM hit that 67 mark. So we got that going on right there. Yes, sir. All right. Yeesh. Yeesh and yeesh. In that order. All right. Yeesh. So let's get a share party going. Let's get to 1800. 1800, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get to 1800. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. Let's get to a nice 1800. Let's get ourselves all set up and situated. We're chilling right now. Currently watching PWM. PWM. It did break through and hit a nice 67% mark. Can it go higher? You know that song, Can You Take Me Higher? Can you take me higher? Okay, that's the end of that. That's the end of that. We don't want to get copyright strike. But you know the song. You know the song. Yeesh. So yeah. Good song too. Good song. But yeesh. Let's get a share party going. Let's get to 1800. 1800. Yeesh. Let's get that set up right there. All right. Zippy. Yeah. All right. So, what other stonks we got today? Let's see here. Someone asked for Mara. M-A-R-A. M-A-R-A. All right. Let's take a look here. Mara currently above the VWAPA. A little bit, not choppy per se. Well, a little bit. A little choppy, but let's see here. Currently, at this point in time, MARA has a pennant right over here, trying to curl up over Mya. So we got that going on over Mya right there. All right, had an ABCD pattern earlier as well. A little A to B, B to C, C to D. Had a pennant right over Mya. Curled off that pennant just a little bit over Mya. And then after that, basically created yet another pennant over Mya, and that pennant got curled. It was more of a descending wedge actually, and then that pennant kind of got curled up over Mya. All right, it had another ABCD pattern into this pennant right here, and then that pennant gave birth to this little trend line upward over Mya. So Mara currently above the trend line right now, currently above the VWAPA, So we got that going on right there. MARA needs to break the. Actually, no, it doesn't need to break anything. It just needs to remain friends with the trend. Curling above the curling off the pennant right there. Yes, sir. There we go. Curling off that pennant right there. Yes, sir. All right. So, someone asked for IONQ. Pretty expensive stock, but all right. I am happy to oblige. IONQ. All right. Ooh, not schmexy. I mean, it curled up, broke the VWAP. So, I mean, I guess it's got that going on. But IONQ curled up and broke the VWAP off the descending wedge. IONQ curled up and broke the VWAP off the downtrend here. So, you got that going on right there. Let's take a look at SLE. SLE. All right. SLE price spike on low volume. Well, actually, the volume is 1 million. The float is 1 million as well. So we got that going on right there. So SLE major price spike now is overbought on the RSI. So we'll have to see what goes on there. SLE. SLE price spike on low volume. Yeesh. So we got that going on. SLE has a price spike on some low volume right there. Let's see what goes on with this stock. Let's get some support and resistance for it. Support and resistance. Bada binga. Right there. Right there. Okay. SLE needs to hold above the 488 mark, needs to break through 530, making a bit of a top tail right now. We don't like the top tails, DBL moms. We like the bottom tails. Mm-hmm. Yeesh. All right. So, what else we got over here? What else we got? All right. Let's take a look at TLRY. Someone asked for TLRY. Let's see what they got going on right there. TLRY low volume, very low volume, has double tops galore right over here. There's a double top right there. All right. A little one over here. I mean, not a fan. Not a fan of this one right here. Very low volume. TLRY needs volume to break through that VWAP for it to, well, needs a lot of volume. TLRY needs volume to break the VWAP. So, got that going on right there. There we go. TLRY. All right, let's go back to GWH. GWH. Let's see how that's doing. GWH did fall down a little bit. Had a small fall, a little small fall right there. All right, let's get this right over Mya. Has a pennant right over Mya. It formed another pennant. GWH. GWH needs to break the pennant once again. Needs to break the pennant. So, and stay above the VWAP. It needs to stay above that VWAP too. So GWH needs to stay above that VWAP. LFS. Let's see how LFS is doing right here. LFS did have that nice curl. Had a nice curl over here. But now, currently, needs to break this pennant right over Mya. So, you got that going on right there. LFS needs to break the pennant. Yeesh. For it to be somewhat schmexy to Mya. All right. SLE. Let's take a look at SLE. All right. SLE. Oh, my. How high is it right now?
It's 50% right now. As high as about $5.80 though.
Oh, my. Oh, my. It's still climbing.
It's still doing it, though. It's trying.
It's still climbing right here. SLE. Oh, my. Still breaking 63%. Oh, my. 65%. Okay. SLE moving up. Just shooting its way on up right now. SLE going a little ham right now. Broke the float in terms of the volume exceeded the float. So we got that going on right there. That's beautiful. Yeesh. 67%. All right. SLE. SLE broke the high. SLE broke the high. Up 67% right there. Boom, shakalaka. Yeesh. All right. That's what we got going on for SLE. SLE. Let's take a look at LFS in the meantime, but we'll keep an eye on SLE. LFS still needs to break that pennant right there. Still needs to break the pennant. So you got that there. LFS needs to break the pennant still. Yeesh. All right. So YHGJ. All right. YHGJ currently had a bit of a ABCD forming, has a potential ABCD forming right over here. A to B, B to C, possibly C to D right over there. We'll see what happens. Or it could potentially be a double top. We'll see what happens with this stock right now. Right now it's not feeling it right now. Not feeling it. So we'll see what happens. All right, we shall see what happens. YHGJ needs to break that double top. It needs to break the VWAP. So YHGJ needs to break the double top and the VWAP. So, got that going on there. SLE, what's SLE doing? Is it moving back up there? All right. Has to break past this double top right here. Has to do that for it to be so much actually to me. Yes. All right. So, needs to do that really. Needs to do that. All right. PWM.
Trying to reclaim a wick.
Oh. Yes. 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 1 second. 1 second. There we go. And what was that one, Coach? PWM. All right. Trying to reclaim the wick right here. Okay. All right. Can it break? Can it break through? Can it reclaim that wick? PWM. Yes, PWM. PWM. Trying to reclaim the wick. Yeesh. Boom, right there. Let's see if it can reclaim that wick. Let's see. Has to break that descending wedge as well for it to really be so much mexy to me. So, yeesh. So, PWM, let's leave PWM to its devices. Has a float of 19 million, volume of 33 million, so we can give it some slack right there. Let's give it some slack right there. Yeesh. All right. Let's see what else we got here. Let's see. Boop. Right. Let's see here. All right. Let's take a look back at LAES, see how that's doing right now. LAES. All right. Let's see. All right. Let's see here. LAES being a pain in my butt. LAES is being a pain in my butt. Needs the chart to show up. There we go. All right. So LAES is finally broken above the downtrend. Has broken above the downtrend, but still needs to break through that VWAP. So LAES has curled up and broke the downtrend, but still needs to break the VWAP. Yeesh. Needs to do that, ladies and gentlemen. Needs to do that. Yeesh. So, there we go. That's that right there. LAES. All right. Let's see how PWM is doing. PWM. All right. Still trying to do its thing. It needs to break that descending wedge. PWM needs to break the descending wedge. Yes, let's get a share party going on. Let's get to 2600. Yes, let's get to 2600, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get it. Yeesh, yeesh. Ladies and gentlemen, by the way, be sure to check out our 4-day trial for our real-time alerts and scanners for only $9.99. Link to join us in the description down below, as well as the pinned comment section, so be sure to check that out. We pick a lot of baggers a lot of times. We are just made different, and the early bird gets the cash, and if you act now and you get this beautiful 4-day trial, you will actually get this beautiful scanner right over here with all sorts of hyperlinks that allow you to go right to the stonk that you want to go to. So if you want to go there and click on the hyperlink, you basically get access to the chart for the stonk, all sorts of information, including the news, the percentage, the float, the volume, the price, all that good stuff. All of which at the tip of your fingers, all you got to do is press a little hyperlink on our server right there, and it would give it to you right there. It also shows you the beautiful stocks that are currently being looked at by our scanner right here. It shows the percentage change, the time in which the scan was made, whether or not the stock is moving upwards or downwards, the ticker, the price, the volume, and the float all in one big place right here. One big wonderful place over here. You also have the newsroom right over here, which, as you can see, has been popping. It's been going crazy. All right, basically takes all the news from the stock market and puts it in one consolidated little place for you. So all you got to do is just look at it right there. All you'd have to do really is look at it. It has a bunch of hyperlinks and a bunch of articles over here. And basically all you have to do is click the hyperlink to get the main article, but it does give you a little synopsis as well. So you got that going on right there. And then to top it off, it also gives you the tickers that are affected by said news within said article. So you got that going on as well. And if you click those little hyperlinks for those tickers, you actually get the information as far as the charts, the price, volume, float, etc. of said ticker that is being affected by said news. So you got that going on right there. And to top it off, to make things even better, right? You get the stonk ticker tape as well, which is basically some real-time alerts, right? Some real-time alerts right there. So all you got to do is check that out, and that's pretty much it. And you get access to a beautiful, wonderful community of people, and all that and more, all that and more. I'm just saying, all that and more. All you got to do is click that link in the description down below, as well as the pinned comment section. So be sure to check that out. Yes, sir. All right, let's get a share party going. Let's get to 2,700. 2,700. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. All right. So GWH, how's GWH doing right now? Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Hold on. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. Ish. So we got that going on right there. That is what we got going on. Boop. Right there. All right. Hold on 1 sec. GWH. Trying to curl off that pennant right now. Trying to curl off that pennant a little bit. We'll see what happens, though. Trying to curl off that pennant just a little bit. GWH. So we got that going on right there. GWH curling off the pennant. So we got that going on right there. Bop right there. And yes, we got that going on. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's get a share party going. Let's get to 2,800. 2,800. Yes, let's get to 2,800, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. All right. All right. All right. All right. Hold on 1 second. Yes. All right. So, GWH currently curling off this little descending wedge over here. So we got that going on. LFS, LFS. Let's see what we got going on here. LFS trying to break through the pennant over here. So let's see what goes on with LFS. Boom. LFS trying to break the pennant. Yeesh. So we got that going on right there. That is what we got going on. Yeesh. All right. GWH trying to stay above the VWAP right there. A little bit of doji, huh? A little doji.
Doing its best. It's trying.
It's trying.
Yeah.
Yeesh. So has to stay above that VWAP though. Yeesh. SGBX. Let's see how SGBX is doing. SGBX. Let's see. Let's see here. SGBX. Still moving downward a little bit. So, not feeling it right now. Not feeling it. SGBX still moving downward right over there. All right. Let's see here. SGBX needs to break the descending wedge for it to be so much maxi to meow. And ladies and gentlemen, we are 10 minutes out from the bell. 10 minutes out. 10 minutes out, ladies and gentlemen. So we got that going on right there. That is what we got going on. All right. So we got that there. Yes. So SGBX. All right. What else we got? Let me add him. All right. Hold on one second. There we go. Let's get a share party going, by the way. Let's get to 2,900. 2,900. Let's get it. All right. Let's see here. All right. Someone asked for PATH. Let's take a look at PATH. PATH. Let's see what we got going on with PATH. Path. All right. Path was a popular one yesterday. It was a lot of mentions of it. But nothing crazy. You know what I mean? Had a bit of a descending wedge over Mia. Bop right there off of this little double top that it had right over Mia. So it had that going on. Tried to curl off that right there. So boop right there. All right. Matter of fact, let me actually move it right down here. So had that going on right there. Then proceeded to make a little baby pennant right here. All right. Curled off of that right there. Boom. And then basically had a downward trend over here. Fell down. Went back up. And made a double bottom right over Mia. Bop. All right. Then proceeds to curl its way back up and consolidate along the VWAP. So path needs to break through the consolidation of the VWAP. Right now, path consolidating along the VWAP. Along the VWAP needs to break through. Yeesh. So we got that going on right there. That is what we got going on, ladies and gentlemen. We are 8 minutes away to the bell. 8 minutes away. So let's get a share party going. Let's get a share party going, baby. Yeesh. Who? Right there. Yeesh. So we got that going on. Yeesh. What else we got here? Was a bit, by the way, PATH was leaning towards being oversold on the RSI. Now it's not overbought or oversold on the RSI. It's just chilling right now. So we got that going on right there. Yeesh. We got that going on. So, SGBX, currently doing its thing right over here. All right. And yeesh. All right. So, SGBX. Let's see what else we got here. What else we got? You know what? We'll take a look at SGBX. Let's take a look at SGBX. Yes. SGBX. All right. Still needs to break that descending wedge. Wow. All right. SGBX still needs to break that descending wedge. Yes. Yeesh. All right. What else we got? CMCT. Somebody asked for CMCT. Let's take a look. Very choppy. Very, very choppy, ladies and gentlemen. Very, very choppy here on the whole chart right here. So CMCT, very choppy, needs volume. So, yeesh. CMCT, very choppy, needs volume to become somewhat schmexy to meow. Boom, right there. Okay, so we got that going on right there. That is what we got going on. All right. Hold on, let's see what else we got here. All right. Let's see here. YHGJ. Let's see what they're doing. YHGJ. Boom. All right. Let's get some support and resistance lines for YHGJ since we're here. Might as well, right? So let's get some support and resistance. Bot right over here and bot right over here. So we got that going on. Has support at the 721 mark over here. Needs to break through 829, 904, 980, 1073, and 1224 for it to really be so much maxi tumya. Right now, though, needs to break the VWAP. So YHGJ needs to break that VWAP for it to really be so much maxi tumya. YHGJ needs to break through the VWAP. Yeesh. QNRX moving. Okay. QNRX. All right. Ooh, what we got over here? QNRX price spike. Yeah, QNRX price spike, baby. All right. So, got that going on. QNRX price spike. Price spike. Yeesh. All right. Currently up 63%. 63%. Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen. Yeesh. All right. So, what else we got here, ladies and gents? What else we got? Let's see here. All right. QNRX currently curling its way on up right now. Currently curling its way on up. So we got that going on there. That's what we got going on. Hold on. Yeesh. 88%. Ooh, fancy. Fancy. All right. QNRX 88% right now. All right. There we go. QNRX. Let's get a share party going. Let's get to 3,200. 3,200. QNRX. QNRX on the uptrend. Up 88%. Keep an eye on that one, DBL moms.
Eyeball on that one. Another eye on over here on this screen, and another eye.
Watch me. Yeah. Yeah.
That's what we do here.
Yeesh. Good, good, good. That's what I like to hear. A little bit overbought on the RSI, but that's okay. It is what it is.
Eyes are going everywhere.
Wow. All right. So, currently, QNRX needs to break through that. It has a bit of a top tail over here. We don't like the top tails, DBL moms. We like the bottom tails. Yep. Yep. Moving up on some low volume QNRX. So that's what they got going on right there. QNRX moving up on low volume. Yeesh. Moved up on some low volume, ladies and gentlemen. It moved up on some low volume right there. Yeesh. So, got that going on. Boom right there. All right. What else you got here? What else you got? 2 minutes till the bell. The bell. It deafens me. Yeesh. The bell. The bell. Ding dong.
Let's get a share party going on.
Let's get a share party going. Yeah, let's get a share party going on. Let's get to 3,300. Let's get to 3,300, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get to 3,300. And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, be sure to check out the 4-day trial for the real-time alerts and scanners for only $9.99. Link to join is in the description down below, as well as the pinned comment section. So be sure to check that out. We pick a lot of baggers a lot of times. Yeesh. So, we got that going on right there. Yeesh, yeesh, and yeesh in that order. Okay, 1 second, 1 second. Ooh, here we are. Now, let's take a look over here at... Ooh, someone asked for Zora, Z-O-R-A. All right, let's take a look. Let's take a look at Zora.
The bell has rung.
The bell has rung. No such thing as a Zora. All right. All right. No, not Zorro. Not Zorro. That's a whole other thing.
That's a whole other thing.
That's a whole other thing. Whole other thing right there. All right. PWM. All right. Curling off that pennant, curling a little bit. There we go.
It is 8:30.
Yes.
It's 9:30.
Yes.
Standard time.
9:30 Eastern Standard Time. Yes, sir. PWM. Yes, it did. PWM. M like a McDonald. McDonald have the arches. Let's get a share party going. Let's get to 3,400.
3,400.
PWM curling and breaking that VWAPA. Yes. So you got that going on right there. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. All right. So, got that going on. The scanner is just propagating right now, getting everything set up right there for the regular hours, because it is the regular hours. Yes. Yes. Of course. Yes. FMFC. What they got going on? FMFC, not a lot of volume, but it is trying to move up on low volume right there. So FMFC, I will give it that right there. FMFC moving on low volume. Yes, needs to break that. Needs to do a bit better than that right there. GWH currently. Yeah, it needs. Yes, what happens?
STAI moving.
What?
STAI.
STAI. Ooh. STAI. Hold on 1 second. Yes.
Please hold. 69 cents.
Oh my, nice.
Oh, 71 cents.
Yes.
I had to put that up.
Yeah, up.
That's why it switched.
Aha. Aha. Yes. What was it again?
STAI.
STAI. STAI. Sty. Speaking of styes, since we are on the topic, one of my friends actually had a sty in his eye, and he was wearing it like a. No, he did. He was wearing it like a. He was wearing like an eye patch to kind of cover it up and protect it, and we thought he lost an eye back when we were younger, but no, he had a sty. And he's like, no, I didn't lose an eye. I just had a sty. I'm like, oh.
That rhymes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you bet you had a lot of fun with that.
Little bit of a sty in the eye, and then It's running. STAI. Sty is running. I guess you could say sty is running high. Okay. Yes. STAI. Yes. Now moving up, baby. Let's see if it has news actually. Give me STAI. Let me see that news so I can read that news. The news. All right. Has a couple things here. Entered a purchase agreement with ARC Group for equity.
Yeah, that's it.
Yes, and then secured a $50 million equity line for the growth, and had a general corporate statement form 8 filed right there. Yes.
51%.
And ARC Group invested in Scantech AI. That's the name of the company's systems. Yes. So it's moving. Oh my!
Oh my!
How high is it? 57%? Yes. Oh my! Oh my!
59%.
STAI shooting up, baby! Yes. STAI. Let's get a share party going for STAI. Let's get a share party going. Let's get to 3,600. 3,600 right there, ladies and gentlemen. Yes. Yes, right there. Yes. 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 Ah ha ha. All right. All right. All right. There we go. Yeesh. Okay. All right. There we go. There we go. All right. Let's see here. Let's see what else we got. What else we got over here? All right. Let me add them. All right. STAI. Made a bit of a double top over here. It needs to break that double top for it to really be so much mexy to me. Yeesh.
Got resistance at around 71.
Ooh.
Resistance.
A little bit of resistance.
Bottom tail.
Bottom tail.
New higher day.
Yeesh. STAI. Oh my. Oh my. STAI new high. STAI new high of day. Up 60 what? 60 how much?
63%.
63%. 63%. Yeesh. Up 63% right there. Yeesh. All right. Currently doing his thing right now. Has to hold up. Has to break that double top once again. But STAI did have a nice move, so we'll see what goes on there. We shall see what goes on there. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get a share party going. Let's get the 3,700. Oh my. All right. Let's QNRX. Let's take a look at QNRX. QNRX was trying to move its way on up. Did break the high. Yep, it popped and then it dropped. It needs some volume. All right, so let's see here. Needs some volume. QNRX needs volume.
Yes. I tell you.
All right, Junid asks for afternoon. How is PCSA looking? Let's see how PCSA is looking. How is she? Let's see. PCSA, all right, very, very choppy. Still needs. I had a nice little uptrend over here, but it was moving up on some very low volume. But did have a shot up over here. Now it's kind of got a bit of a pennant that it's got to abide by. But the thing is, with this stonk right here, it is on some very low volume. So it needs some volume. It needs to break that little descending wedge over here. Yeesh. So I'll give it one. Give me just a second. PCSA needs volume and to break that descending wedge. Now let's get that Fibonacci ready to go for the stonk right over meow. Okay. So bop right here and boom right there. So currently this stonk is holding at the 41-cent resistance line right here. Needs to break through 42 cents. But nope, fell below 41 cents. Now it's just 40 cents. So it has to hold above 40 cents and then break through 41 and then 42 cents for it to really be so much mexi to mia. But right now it needs to break that pennant. It needs to break this pennant right over here for it to be so much mexi to mia. It needs some serious volume. But, you know, in my opinion. So, you know how it is, ladies and gentlemen. You know how it is. So, was a bit oversold, a little bit on the RSI earlier in the day, but now has since been neither overbought or oversold. Leaned at one point towards being oversold, curled back up, and then proceeded to kind of gently caress the overbought section right here, leaning towards being overbought, but not there yet. So, you got that going on. We'll see what happens with PCSA. We shall see what happens with it right now. So, yeesh, we shall see. All right, what else we got here? STAI. What's STAI? STI? STAI. All right, STI is still climbing. It's a big stepper. Yes, big stepper. Has a bit of a method there. All right. Currently testing the 76-cent line over there. Testing new high a day. Testing the high a day. STAI once again. Testing the high of day. Yeesh. So we got that going on right there. Boom. Junid says, I appreciate it. Nah, no problem, brother. No problem. Yeah, do your thing. Hope you're doing well, man. Hope you're having a good day and a good afternoon. You know what I mean?
STAI
pushing. Oh my! How high is it now? 73%. Ooh, 75% right there. 75%, 76% right there.
Yes, it is. It's
Mhm.
still going.
Oh my! All right, 80%, 80%, 80% right now. Yes, sir. 81%, 82, 82%. Oh my! Oh my! Shout out to a nice 82% right there.
82 cents.
Yes,
Whoa.
sir.
Wow.
Wow.
82% as well. So STAI new high of day. STAI new high of day. Up 82%, ladies
Just
and
like
gentlemen.
that.
Boom, right
Just like
there.
that. Chuck-a-lacka-lacka.
Yeesh.
Chuck-a-lacka-lacka.
And it looks like it's coming back around once again. Looks like it could be potentially coming back around. Has a bit of a top tail though. Yeesh. Oh my. Oh my.
Oh, goodness.
Oh goodness me. Oh my gracious. Oh,
Gracious.
oh my. Wow. Oh my. Oh, 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. 1 second, right there. 1 second. 1 second. All right. So, what other stonks we got here? Let's take a look. You know what? Let's take a look at GWH again. GWH. GWH. Let's see what else we got. GWH right there. All right. Still needs to needs to break the VWAP. It fell below the VWAP. Man. GWH needs to break the VWAP. Yes, needs to break the VWAP. Man. Not feeling GWH right now. Let's get a share party going. Let's get to 4,000.
STAI up 89%.
Oh my, STAI.
It's pushing, it's pushing.
Oh my.
85 cents.
Oh my.
It's pumping, it's pumping.
How high is it now?
It is 89% at 85 cents.
Oh my. Needs to break 86. Can it break through it? Looks like it is. How high?
92%.
92%.
86 cents.
Oh my.
92%.
Oh my, still climbing.
Yes.
How high?
Now it is 98%.
98%.
Bagger!
Oh my.
2%.
102%. Mazel tov. You saw it here first, folks. Another bagger.
Another one.
102.
Shove it up, shove it up.
Yeesh. STAI. New bagger. Up 102%.
Let's go,
Right
baby.
there.
Let's go.
Boom. Let's get it right there. Look at that. All right. STAI.
You're a pen stealer.
As are you. We could ask Coach.
No.
Ask Coach.
I give you a pen.
Hey, Coach.
Would you eat them?
No, I don't eat them.
DBL moms.
Yes, the ink is delicious.
But you steal all the pens.
Take that.
Ah, ah,
All of them.
ah. See that? Yep.
What?
True story.
Wow.
Yes. I'm the
Wow.
only one that eats pens. Sorry.
Mm-hmm. Yeesh.
Chomping them up since forever.
All right. Let's see here. So, yeah, STAI up 102%. Is it still climbing?
Nope.
Up,
Back
up.
again to 90.
All right, hit a nice-
Okay, because
Hey, bagger.
They do that because they get another leg.
That's called baggernomics.
Who knows?
Baggernomics.
Yes.
Baggernomics.
Yes.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. So, we got another bagger right here. Woo! Got YDDL.
I'm so excited.
Yes, we called YDDL, which ran up a nice 280%. GWH, 180%. SGBX, which we did a video on today, that ran up 198%. LFS, 150%. And STAI, 102%. All of which were called for our private Discord prior to them running up into the triple digits there, ladies and gentlemen. And of course, we called a couple of other runners there. We called SWHK, which ran up 75%. YHGJ, which we did a video on last night, ran up 54%, and WAI 34%, and GORV 47% right there. So, we got that going on right there. That is what we got going on. Yeesh. All right. So, looking beautiful. All right, let's get a share party going. Let's get to 4,100. Yeesh, 4,100. Let's get to 4,100 there. Share it up, share it up, share it up. Yeesh. Yeesh. So, very nice. Very nice. It looked very nice. Oh my. YHGJ. All right. YHGJ climbing its way on up a little bit. Climbing its way on up a little bit. Testing the resistance at 904. So we'll see what goes on there. Yeah. YHGJ. Testing the resistance after breaking the VWAP. All right. All right. YSXT. All right. Another little uptrend going on there with the YSXT curling off the VWAP. Curling off the VWAP. Boom, right there. YSXT curling off the VWAP. Yeesh. YSXT curling off the VWAP. Yeesh. All right. All right. Okay. Let's go. Here we go.
Let's go.
All right. Let's see here. What other stonks we got? YDDL. This shall be the last stonk of the day for us to check out here. YDDL still needs to break that pennant. Right there. Needs to break the downtrend too. YDDL needs to break the downtrend. YDDL needs to break the downtrend and the VWAP. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's pretty much it for me, ladies and gents. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, as well as ring that bell icon to stay notified when new videos are uploaded, and remember to share. Because sharing is caring, ladies and gentlemen. Sharing is caring. And, of course, if you want access to our private Discord, link to join us in the description down below, as well as the pinned comment section. So be sure to check that out, because we pick a lot of baggers a lot of times. We are just made different, folks, and the early bird gets the cash, the moolah, the loot, the cashola, the big bucks, I tell you. So, yeah, be sure to check out our real-time alerts and scanners for only $9.99. Be sure to check that out. Again, link is in the description down below, as well as the pinned comment section. So, yeah, be sure to check it out, ladies and gentlemen. Be sure to check it out. But, got that going on right there. And, of course, you can find us on our YouTube, where we do lots of stonk reviews, stonk analysis, a lot of shorts and cool stuff like that as well, and a lot of live streaming. You can find us on our YouTube at Coaching Money. You can find us on our X.com, a.k.a. Twitter, where we do lots of stonk analysis, stonk reviews, and, of course, we do a lot of live streaming there as well. You can find us there at Coaching Money. You can find us on our Twitch, where we do lots of live streaming at Coaching Money. You can find us on our Facebook, Instagram, and Threads, all of which we utilize at Coaching Money. Right there. So you can find that, where we do lots and lots of stonk analysis there as well. And, of course, you can find us on our TikTok, tiki-taki, a.k.a. the Tac. Yes, you can find us there at DBL Nicks. At DBL NICKS. The screen name is Coach Nick Money. Yes. So we got that going on right there. Ooh. All right. And did I mention the Twitch? I'll check. I'll mention it again, just if I didn't. All right. So we do a lot of live streaming on our Twitch as well at Coach Nick Money. So yeah, that's pretty much it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you guys so much for watching. It's Double Nicks. I love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Or actually, I'll see you on Monday. We're gonna chill out. We're gonna get our work done on Friday. Gonna get a nice restful weekend in, and then we're gonna be back at it again with the hustle on Monday. You already know.
Yay.
You already know what time it is.
Y'all already know.
Yesh. And of course, I'm here with the lovely Serengeti specialist who likes to hang around in the tall weeds, the high trees, the low seas, hitting them high knees, sometimes with 2 cups of coffee. Other times she likes to jet ski. We call her Tibia Moms! Yesh! And of course, she likes to hang around at Arby's with videos of puppies and kitties. Likes to hang around the Wendy's. Sometimes she likes to also steal my lo mein.
Lo mein.
Yesh.
Oh, please.
Yesh.
I gave you about 20 pounds of lo mein.
Nope. There were no 20 pounds of lo mein that I have seen from that same Chinese restaurant.
You didn't even look before you swallowed all of that.
No. Pause, by the way. That didn't come out right. But,
Lo mein.
all right. Anyways, as I was saying, all right, ladies and gentlemen, be sure to check out our 4-day trial for the real-time alerts and scanners for only $9.99. Link to join us in the description down below, as well as the pinned comment section. So be sure to check that out. And also, ladies and gents, take care of yourselves. Much love. Remember, you are indelibles. Leave your mark. Your mark is irreplaceable. It is one of a kind. So remember to leave your mark. Make a lot of money. Be greenable.